we're sort of back on board, and I'm sorry that I've got it a bit wrong in terms of the time, so never mind. There's been a request that we deal with the where is it? Ngā Puna Wai matter next. So that's item number, it's a supplementary paper, and it's item number 24. And since which time, since the report was prepared, you would have received a message from staff in relation to an alternative set of recommendations which they would like to replace the original ones with. I'm not sure, is Simon here? Simon, if you'd like to come to the end of the table. I'll just give people a couple of minutes to look at the motion that we have in front of us. So basically saying that they're recommending that that staff are requested to prepare a statement of proposal and summary of information for a special consultative procedure on the establishment of a recreation and sporting hub. That staff are requested to engage Opus to undertake an independent peer review of the site selection process, including identifying any other reasonably practical options not considered in that process, and that the statement of proposal and summary of information, including a proposed timeline for consultation and decision-making, be put on the agenda for a council meeting as soon as practical, but not more than 3 months from today. So I'm...
Leanne, I just noticed, though, the memorandum we received today indicates a stronger proposal than 6.2. It refers to a special consultative procedure.
Sorry?
This
5A. If you read 5A, and the new one.
Yes,
sorry.
5A. That's right.
Yeah. So how's that?
So that's stronger than 6.2, isn't it?
Yeah.
So do we should we substitute?
No, we're replacing the recommendations with these ones.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to move them so that we've got a mover and a seconder, Tim Scandrett, and now I'm going to invite staff to direct questions to, Simon Patrick. Did you have some questions?
Thank you. I'm just a little bit concerned about the 3-month time frame, and I know we've got no more than 3 months, but is that for the statement of proposal to come back to us to be signed off to go out for consultation, or is that for the consultation process to be concluded and reported back to us?
Simon?
Just make sure that's on. No, we have preparing the statement of proposal now, and we believe that we can get that back to you within a month for Council to sign off the statement of proposal. The day after that statement of proposal is hopefully signed off, then we will be going out for the special consultative procedure, which we estimate to be around about 34 to 35 days in length.
Right. So, because I just think timeframes are really critical on this project because of external sporting codes that also want some certainty. So. Yep. I'd really hope that we could, I mean, just that C is a little bit confusing, and I just think it needs to be kind of maybe tightened up a little bit, that the statement of proposal will come back within the next, month,
Well,
and that the overall consultation is expected to take 3 months. But the way it's worded at the moment is just slightly confusing.
yeah, well, maybe just to give some flexibility around the time, but not more than 6 weeks from today's date. Does that work for you?
Yes.
David?
Just one of the things, I think you do actually need to do that step B in between, and that's going to be incorporated into step C. So, at the end of the day, I think it's really important that we get that step B right, so that when we come back to you, otherwise you're going to go out with a proposal and it's going to get shot down legally. So you do need to actually say, we've looked at these options and we've done that, so you need to incorporate that. Now, I'm not sure, and Simon may have talked to Opus, but I'd say that B is really important to get it right, so you go through a proper process. and that is going to get incorporated, as it says, into your statement of proposal.
But I do think in terms of giving some certainty around timeframes for the overall consultation, it's really important to send a really clear signal. So,
Well, are we trying to say that the total process will take 3 months?
No.
No.
Just picking up on Ms Adamson's comment, we have prepared a brief with AMP. We have both agreed to, and Opus is in the process of being engaged at the moment. We estimate the work will only take 2 weeks to be completed. That information will be fed into the statement of proposal, which means that we could do that within a 6-week period. And then obviously the consultation period after that could take 34, 35 days. So I would hope the entire special consultative procedure would take no more than 3 months.
my other understanding is that the Local Government Amendment Act bill has gone through today or yesterday, which has changed the consultative requirements for councils, but I don't know when that comes into effect.
It won't
and
have
what
been signed off by the GG today, or it might be today that it's signed off.
So I don't know
but-
if that's got any impact on this consultation. I think it's really important we go out and consult and we do it legally and
Yeah.
properly. But I just think we need to keep moving with this process.
Okay, so can we just make a note to confirm that the process is in line with the current statutory requirements as they may have changed? So,
Yes.
and that way we're just signalling to you that you've got to make sure that that's been checked off.
Absolutely.
I'm pretty sure it will be, because all of our other consultative processes that we're talking about is mentioning the need to be alert to the statutory changes.
Correct. Our legal team is looking at that at the moment.
Yeah. Tim? Sorry, Phil.
I'm just
you were
following on
next.
from your concerns. You are in consultation or communication with these sporting bodies, so they know exactly where we are at the moment and moving forward, etc. So the concerns with regards to them having certainty about timeframes, they'll be fully aware of that through your communication with them.
They are aware of the process we're going through. This is, I guess, the first step in that process. And from there, as I said, we're taking one step at a time around this, but certainly I'm in conversation with all the stakeholders.
Thank you.
Phil?
Simon, thank you for all your work on this, and it's exciting, but I'm just, in the reports on Punawai, there's reference to it being like for regional sport and people outside Christchurch and Canterbury being involved. Is there any need for us to go wider than Christchurch metropolitan area, or could there be?
I think the first intent obviously is to service the people within the Christchurch city boundary and obviously a replacement for the athletics track, tennis and hockey. The nature of the facility means that it will service the Greater Canterbury area and potentially the South Island.
Yeah. Jimmy?
I'm concerned the procedure, Can you please confirm with us, compared to your original recommendation and update recommendation, and because you need to take within the 3 months to prepare the statement of a proposal and the summary of information, am I right? So, but your original recommendation will report to the council before the March of next year regarding to all the outcome result of the spatial conservative procedure and the feasibility study, am I right? Yes. So whether they target date still remain.
So the original recommendation by staff enabled staff to, at the time that the report went up to US Council, the statement proposal had not been prepared. And so therefore it was going to take a period of time to do that statement of proposal. We have consequently been working on that statement of proposal and it's nearly finished, which means we're able to move that process along a lot quicker.
So you happy to change the 3 months to 6 weeks?
I can change the months for the statement of proposal to 6 weeks.
But not more than 3 months. In the resolution, if we change the not more than 3 months to 6 weeks, you're good with that?
Yes, we're happy with
Yep, okay. So mover and seconder are happy with that? I am. 6 weeks.
Which is fine. Yes, we're not saying.
Here comes the lawyer.
It's fine. We are aligned. We are aligned. It's fine.
We are ahead
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah. It's just the 6 weeks for the statement proposal.
You gotta watch that mare, It's very, 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 very good to see you here. It gives me great comfort. Yanni,
Are we into debate or? Is it-
well, are there any more questions for Simon? Okay, so Yanni.
Thank you. Look, I'm really happy to support these resolutions.
Yeah.
I think it's really good. I really commend staff for working with the AMP Association. You'll recall we've had briefings, and really the point is if we can get things tied down at the start of the process, the easier it will be as we go through it to be looking at what the different options are and consulting with our community. So I really applaud staff for doing the work in the last few weeks to get the AMP Association understanding what we're trying to do. And certainly I think it makes a lot of sense to try and get as many people on board at the start. I think it's really important that we're going out for consultation, so we're still open-minded about it. But this is really a proposal which has a lot of merit. There's also some concerns that people have which we can explore through the consultation phase. Things around flooding, for example, things around geotech, things around traffic and parking and access, all really important considerations, but really important that we get this out because we do know that we need to start giving some certainty to the sporting codes as to whether this project's going ahead or not. And we've heard offers of external support in terms of those codes to provide funding towards some elements of this proposal. So I think it's a real win-win for us if we can get the clarity and certainty around whether this happens or not. And I think you've heard submissions through the annual plan that we haven't been doing anything. That's not true. Actually, staff have been doing a lot of work over the past 12 months following the 3-year plan resolution to look at and develop this proposal. So a lot of work has already gone into it. Let's keep the ball rolling. Let's keep things moving. Let's get it out as soon as possible for consultation.
That's great. Phil?
I also applaud the work staff have been doing. There's been a lot of negotiation done, and this is great. And clearly, we do, as from what Simon has said, we don't need to consult with the wider regional area. But I think it is important that as council we keep in mind that this park will service, our whole Canterbury region in effect in terms of sport. And so at some stage we need to make the links and network with our other rural areas and the rural towns and our neighbours, that they in effect can be part of this too. So I think it's got fantastic potential.
Yep. David, and then Jimmy.
Thank you. Look, I'm happy to support the resolution for the project to go out for consultation, and I think that will sort of give the opportunity for other issues, as Yanni spoke a moment ago, to be reviewed. There are other issues. I've sort of heard of the Spraden Lodge development requiring a sewer system to go through Ngāpunawai to get to it. There are a lot of issues, and also of some longer-term interest is the talk of a large private investment in sporting development in the West. I'm not sure where that's tracking, but we need to go through this process and obviously look at other things that are being proposed as well. So I'm supportive of this process as it's evolving now. But there are a number of things that we need to consider going forward as well. Thank you.
Jimmy?
Thank you, Mayor. Yes, I support the staff, new revised recommendation because the staff take a positive, proactive way to engage with the A&P, the society, especially have this kind of the peer review concern. We can have further engage with them, make them happy. So we review the email, we can see that they are acceptable. Second is we review the rest of the staff, the report. Actually, this comprehensive report, because staff done a great job through the open, transparent the process. For instance, like to engage, for the site investigation from original 40, narrow down to 15, then to choose 4 of them. Then to find the best one. And also we are all aware all of the sports group support this kind of the proposal, etc. And also if we approve today, we'll go to the special conservative procedure. That's very good. Give the community opportunity to have their say. That's fantastic. So I support this one. Thank you.
Vicky?
I just want to say a huge thank you to staff on this. I spoke to the AMP Association last night, and they explained to me, Simon, that you had talked to them about the need for grazing for pregnant ewes at the time of the AMP show, because you can't ship the ewes in at that time apparently, and they need lambs delivered to the show at various times. So I was impressed at the depth of your knowledge about things related to sporting and other things.
I wanted to know that.
And the breadth of what you had actually sorted out in terms of the entire scheme. I like the plan. I want to get it out to the public for consultation. We've heard from tennis, athletics, hockey and various other ones about how they want to put facilities on the site and how desperately they are searching for a site. I think this, and I just am keen that I would do it faster if I could, but I gather that Ian will tell me off if I try to suggest something quicker. So I'm cool with this one, and I'd just like to get on and get it sorted. Yeah.
Thank you. I think, Simon, just to close off the debate, I'd like to thank you on behalf of the whole council. We know how hard you've worked on this. This is an exciting next step as we, seek to find replacements for what we've lost in our city. So you can take great pride in what you've achieved so far, and I know that we're going to find a good result out of this, and we're looking forward to you coming back within 6 weeks. We think it'll be less than that, with the proposal and summary of information, including the proposed timeline. But thank you very, very much for all that you've done so far.
Thank you.
So I'll put the motion. All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. That's carried. Thank you.